boundaries, standards, all that you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this, it's here.
Well, it looks like we've got another shakeup over at FS1. Fox Sports has officially pulled the plug on Joy Taylor's show. Yep, her run at Fox Sports 1 has come to an abrupt end. Now, if you've been following things this year, you might remember her name got tangled in a pretty messy lawsuit. Although she denied any wrongdoing, the situation raised a lot of eyebrows. The lawsuit itself was filed by a hairstylist, someone who was reportedly once close to Joy. Here's the deal. The stylist claimed that Fox Sports president Charlie Dixon, who's rumored to have been romantically linked with Joy, was offering professional favors in exchange for something personal. When the stylist voiced her concerns to Joy, hoping for support, it's alleged that Joy distanced herself and dismissed the whole situation. That fallout dragged Joy's name into the legal mess, and things only got more complicated when old podcast clips resurfaced. In them, Joy was heard making some controversial statements like suggesting she'd do anything for $1 million. Those clips went viral fast. So, between the lawsuit drama and resurfaced clips, it seems the network decided it was time to quietly...
Hypotheticals have got us in a chokehold, and we must free ourselves. It's fun to argue about. It's fun to talk about what you would do in this scenario, or would you leave the game if the seats were high, or if a man took you this place on a first date, what you would do. And I'm telling you, like, every interaction that I have with people now, in some way or another, these things come up. Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want. Fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this, and you're moving forward with this person.
No, you know my favorite hypothetical, because it's so ridiculous, is when you ask anybody if they would do something outrageous for like $1 million and they say no. It's like, okay, would you do it for 2 million? I mean, would you do it for what's the number? Like, anytime you add money into a hypothetical, people love feeling good about themselves by saying that they wouldn't do it for the money, but it's literally only because it's a hypothetical. If you saw this $1 million in front of your face and I said, do this, are you doing it? So I don't even know if hypotheticals are real indicators of the situation that's being discussed, because I'm starting to think people only use hypotheticals to lie about the circumstance.
When you really think about it, once those old podcast clips started making the rounds, and with her name tangled in that lawsuit, it became hard for Joy Taylor to shake the narrative. For a lot of folks, it gave the impression that she lacked integrity. Some even assumed she may have earned her position not through merit, but through questionable relationships, particularly with the Fox Sports executive named in the lawsuit. Critics like Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock didn't hold back. They had already been vocal about their belief that Joy wasn't qualified to host her own show. And now, with the show officially canceled, their argument seems to have gained traction, especially considering the show reportedly wasn't pulling in strong ratings from the start. According to USA Today, the official line is that FS1 is clearing out several underperforming shows as part of a larger programming revamp. So while the lawsuit might not have been the direct reason for Joy's departure, the timing and circumstances certainly don't help the optics. Let's also not forget the bigger picture here. FS1 has been in flux ever since the explosive split between Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. That show, Undisputed, left big shoes to fill. And suddenly, Joy Taylor was given a shot at the spotlight, expected to carry a new show, bring in numbers, and maybe even serve as the network's next rising star. But the vision didn't match reality. Even with the support of big names like Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson, the show struggled to catch on. The chemistry just wasn't there, and viewers didn't connect. Then, almost as a quiet response to all the noise online, Joy posted a short workout clip, just 15 seconds. Maybe it was her way of signaling she's unbothered, but instead, social media lit up with criticism, mocking her appearance and accusing her of trying to appear unaffected when clearly something big had just happened. And now, with her show gone and her FS1 chapter seemingly closed, the question remains, what's next for Joy Taylor? Because, let's be real, espn isn't likely to come calling. And as if things weren't messy enough, this brings us to Emmanuel Oko. Just as all this was unfolding, he fired off a cryptic tweet that many saw as a subtle jab at Fox Sports. We'll dive into exactly what he said and why it might be more pointed than it seems.
Be sure to hit that like button for me if you haven't already. That helps this YouTube channel continue to grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with all of my current YouTube videos. Peace.
So let's talk about Emmanuel Oko. He posted a tweet that really caught some attention. He wrote, "In sports, when you're not good enough, you get cut. In TV, when you're not good enough, you get canceled. I'm not going to act like I have some big announcement to make. Stay tuned, because I honestly don't know what's next. But what I do know is that I trust God." That post got people talking. Some took it as him throwing subtle shade, others saw it as a moment of honest reflection. But the trolling started fast. Social media users wasted no time joking that unemployment and Joy Taylor will heal you, suggesting maybe he was feeling the sting of recent shakeups at FS1 2.now. Here's the twist: Acho was one of Joy Taylor's most vocal defenders. When her name got wrapped up in that lawsuit earlier this year, he stood by her when most were distancing themselves. But soon after, people began digging through old photos showing Joy and Acho together in more personal settings, including what looked like her home. That only fueled speculation that the two might have had something more than a professional bond behind the scenes. So yeah, this FS1 shakeup isn't just about one person. Joy Taylor's show was cut, but she wasn't the only one. Fox Sports has reportedly axed multiple shows that weren't pulling strong numbers. They're clearly moving in a new direction, cleaning house to reset their lineup. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Joy Taylor's show getting canceled? Do you think the network made the right call? And what's your take on the broader changes at FS1? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you made it this far, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.
It's rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight.
I dubbed them princess boys because clearly they want the princess treatment. And being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them. Now, there's things that I want in exchange for taking care of a princess boy. And, you know, if that is what men are interested in behaving like, I feel like I can do that. I can be that person for you. I can give you an experience you've never had.